guys, welcome to another episode of DR Outdoors. I just grabbed some worms from the fridge and we are walking out on the dock to grab the boat and go fishing. We're staying up here on Big Manistique Lake in McMillan, Michigan, and I'm taking the boat out and we're gonna go see if we can catch some walleyes this morning. It's 7:30 right now. It's perfect temperature, just a little bit of a ripple on the lake. So if ever there was a morning that looked good to catch walleye, it would be today. A little bit of sun, a little bit of cloud cover, a little bit of ripple. It's my birthday, so we're gonna spend a couple hours, see if we can catch some fish. Make sure before you end this video that you stop it for a second. Take time to subscribe to my channel and turn on the notifications so you can see anytime I upload something. I don't always ask to do that, but I will on this video. We're gonna roll some B-roll and get out on the water. Show you a little bit of what I'm using this morning so you get a better idea. I don't always do a good job about saying what I'm using and how I'm using it. So what we're looking for today is probably anywhere from 9 to 7 feet of perch grass on these flats. Anywhere where you have on your electronics the lines closer together, you know it's a tighter break line, is a better drop off. So I'm looking for not necessarily a big drop off, but more of a gradual drop from some bigger weeds or sand down into 8 to 9 feet. It seems like this lake 7 to 9 is the sweet spot for perch grass flats. So I'm looking for anywhere, like on this point here, it comes out and it has a little bend in here. We call it the pike corner, and we always catch quite a few pike in there, but also a lot of walleye and perch mixed in. So we're gonna be looking for that today, and whenever you can see a little bit of lighter on top of the dark, anything that's red on the graph, that's going to be a really good solid mark, meaning it's solid bottom. But whenever you can get a little bit of mark on top, that's some soft, either some sediment or some perch grass. So when we get into this 8-foot stuff, it should start to get greener and show a little bit of scraggly stuff on the bottom. That's what we're looking for. As far as what I'm using, I'm tipping a jig with these night crawlers. I'm going to be pulling either a spinner crawler harness or one of these 1/8 ounce bucktail jigs, and you've seen me use those before. We also, on some of my Grand Lake videos, which I will put a link in the description below for those where we're catching walleyes, we use these 1/4 ounce with a 3.5 inch Yum chartreuse ribbon tail, and these work pretty good too. But I had good luck yesterday on these either white or olive 1/4 ounce, or excuse me, 1/8 ounce bucktail jig. So that's what we're going to use. I'm going to get to pitching here. Oh, and as far as for reels and whatnot, sorry, I'm kind of scattered. We have these light. These are probably like light to ultra light jig casting rods, basically a steelhead rod, anywhere from 7 to 9 foot rod. So it has a real good bend on the rod, and we're using it with these Fluger Presidents, I think a number 30, so the middle size, or maybe this is the smaller, I don't know. Fluger President is tough to beat for walleye spinning tackle. And then 8-pound main line with a 10 or 12 pound clear leader, so that way the walleye don't see it. So let's get fishing. There we go, hooked up, hooked up. This is probably a pike. Oh, I forgot to bring the net. Shoot. Hooked up anyways. Oh yeah. Oh, and I've got him right on the outside of the mouth. Perfect. Should be able to get him here. Let's see. Gotta bring him back here. There we go. I don't have a net, so it's kind of a gong show there for a second, but first decent fish of the day. That piker, probably like a 20, 21, 22 incher, but felt good. He bit it and came right at me, so I thought it was a perch bite at first. It was like tunk to tunk, and then it knocked a bunch of slack in my line. So we'll get him off and measure him here. He ain't gonna be long enough to keep. This lake's 24. They make good stir fry, but he ain't gonna make it. But not a bad pike. Pretty nice colors. The other one I caught the other day was just real beat up, but that's a pretty pike. Threw it right on top of him. Sheesh. I was trying to wait to find the bottom. I didn't get a good hook set on it, because I threw it right down. And it never hit the bottom. The line just started going sideways. I'm thinking I'm going to wish I had the net on this one. Hard to tell if it's a largemouth or a pike. It's smally. That's why it hit it so soon. Oh man, is it heavy. Sheesh. This is gonna be a minute. It's fun though. So you just have to find those different weed beds that work. You just keep going until there's one that has fish on it. That other one is basically the same thing, but it didn't have any fish. So then we just move up to a place that does have some fish. I'm gonna have trouble landing this without a net. This is huge. Probably an 18, 19 inch smallie. I'm just gonna have to tire him out because I'm not gonna be able to swing him in. See if I can get you a look at him at least. There he is. I'm gonna see if I can grab him. Look at that sucker. That is a pig smallmouth. Oh, look at that. He ate the jig right down the gullet. He wasn't coming off, thankfully. It was a bad hook set by me because when I pitched it out there, usually I let the jig fall for a couple of seconds before I pull it for the first time. And I was watching it and the line just started going sideways, so I reeled up to it. But look at that. Absolute slob. Hog can. Look how thick the tail is. That is a nice smallie. I'm going to put on the tape real quick. Only 18. Thought it was closer to 19 or 20, but man, what an absolute
beautiful smallmouth.
So what I'm fishing right here, this is where I caught my bass and pike, right here. These green dots are all a weed bed that comes up to 7. Right now you can see I'm just on the outside of them, and it's 8.5 to 9 feet. So I'm just kind of zigzagging in and out, but I'm always pitching this edge, because on the outside it seems like they're always, the bass, pike, walleye are always on the outside of these weeds on this lake. I'm not saying every lake, but this lake, it seems like if you can find a weed edge that's defined, and like right now there's seagulls that are swarming over top of this weed bed, as well as there's like perch and minnows that are surfacing. So that's just a perfect feeding ground for these fish to come in, and that could be a fish right there, to come in and just pick off easy targets, easy little perch and crawfish and all that stuff that are just in here. So I'm just paralleling back and forth, and I've been here about 20 minutes, caught a 20-something inch pike and a big, probably 4-pound smallie. So it's working.